Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Simone Speak. Okay, guys, so this is gonna be, I feel, one of the realest videos that I have ever made in my entire life. In this video, you are going to find some ranting. In this video, we are going to be discussing different philosophies, different theories, different ideas of the twin flame concept. I also want to extend this opening intro message and tell you guys that I will be sharing a lot of personal experiences. I will also be sharing my personal feelings on this twin flame phenomena. I am recording this video on the 26th of May on a Sunday, 2019. And this is going to be a different video, okay? This is not going to be a typical video. It's not going to mirror any other channel. It's not going to mirror any other experience unless it can relate to another twin flame out here. And this video is going to be one of a kind. I have never 555 right on the clock. I have never done a twin flame video quite like this in my entire life. So guys, just a little disclaimer and a little bit of heads up here. I do not know how long this video is going to be, okay? This is live. So I just want to put this up front. I do not care who types whatever in the chat. I do not care who comes on live. I really don't care. I feel like this video is going to be a video for those that are searching for answers. This is going to be a video for those that actually believe they're twin flame. This is for those skeptics and people out here who I feel like saying think that the twin flame phenomena is only for profit, okay? This is also going to be a video for divine feminines out here, right? Who have been dropping the twin flame titles, okay? A lot of women of late have been dropping the twin flame titles, okay? I also want to open up the live chat with you guys and let you know that if you would like to support this channel, the PayPal link is in the box below. No personal questions will be allowed unless through email for your own reading, okay? My business email and the contact my PayPal and website is all in the box below. So how to get in contact with me is all in the box below. So guys, I do have cards here. I do have an oracle deck here. I have my crystals. I have my ice water. So I'm ready to jump into this topic, guys, okay? So here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest, and also because I'm filming this on the 26th of May, I just want to give a big shout out to all the Geminis watching and future watchers, replay watchers. It is your birthday season, Gemini, so I do have to say a big happy birthday. Personally, for myself as a Scorpio sun, Gemini season is one of my favorites. Actually, it's not the easiest, okay, but I do quite enjoy Gemini season. So back to twin flames, guys. All right, so I'm going to open up the video with saying this, guys. Okay. I have been looking at my own journey. I have been looking at my own life. And I have these stress relief, natural stress relief. I don't even know what you call them, pastels. If anybody out here, this is really, really random, but if anybody out here wants me to endorse something for them, I'm really into this, okay? Because as a reader and as somebody who talks a lot, because I love to and it's a part of who I am, I tend to look for things to lubricate my throat. So just putting this out here, anybody that wants to support me on that, I will support it, because a lot of us readers out here, psychics, etc., out here need stuff like this. We need more products like this. I actually found this at TJ Maxx. All right, so just putting that out here, not endorsed by that. I just want to say, like, I'm really looking to support somebody who can launch stuff like this, because we need it. All right, I need it right now. I need it. So guys, the reason why I'm on camera right now, and I was so I feel forced and pushed, like I didn't have a choice really to make this video, is because I am looking at my own journey. I'm looking at my own life. I'm looking at, the reasons why I made this channel and how I found one of my gifts, one of my spiritual gifts that I use every day on this channel for you guys and privately. Um, Inside, guys, I feel like I'm having a meltdown. I know it's hard to believe. I have a full face of makeup to some degree. I look pretty put together, but no, no, no. I really am because here's the backstory, right? And I hope other readers and other people out here that can relate to this can, after this video is posted, chime in on this. So here's the dealio, guys. 2 nights ago in a row, my heart was feeling, how can I say this? My heart chakra, right? My heart was feeling pain, okay? Was feeling a lot of pain. Now, for months and months and months now, I have been having trouble with sleeping. I have been having trouble with not seeing synchronicities. It feels like no matter what I do, I see synchronicities, I see patterns, I see numbers. Um, Certain people have been coming into my life that I am, not accustomed to. And the only reason why they're in my life is because I've changed, I've evolved, I've awakened to my potential, I've awakened to the humanity's potential, and I feel that I see so many things totally different. And in fact, the way that I'm even on camera right now and talking to a bunch of people who support me and, watch readings of mine and connect with me is quite mind blowing. Because I never would have thought that I would be doing what I'm doing. I never would have thought that I would be this person. It feels like this is like me, it feels like the person that I'm becoming, the person that I am right now on camera, live, is something that I've always wanted, is something that I've always tried to search for, and I feel manifest into reality. And so my heart was feeling a lot of pain. And there was a lot of things over the couple of days, and spirit's going to have to help me here because there is some things about my own journey and about my own connection that I think is a little bit too personal, but there is some things that I can definitely say. It's not a reading, honey. It's not a reading. There's a lot of things that I can personally say, um that I feel in my own heart, you know change has changed for me. And then, so today I got home, and I got home and I was laying down, and it happened again out of nowhere. And this time it felt like there was heat. There was heat illuminating from my heart. And I've had this happen before, but in different variations. So I took a step back. I tried to meditate. I tried to get my mind to focus on, what's important and, what I feel is best for me. And basically, it just felt like, I was having some kind of epiphany. Now, for example, I was thinking about this so-called, how can I say it? Because I don't like titles. I don't like these little names. It's basically when you so-called get into union, okay? You get into union for a short period of time, and then, you go your separate ways, okay? A lot of twin flames out here who will put a stamp on this will attest to this, okay? It's basically when this could be days, this could be weeks, this could be months, where you are basically together, and then it just vanishes, okay? Either the person doesn't talk to you or you don't see them. It's always something. It's always something. And then, so basically, I was thinking about that. I was trying to, oh, somebody put, oh my God, this just happened to me. See, it's crazy. So basically, as I was laying there trying to like calm my heart down, because like I said, this has been going on for 3 days now, where my heart chakra is experiencing different things. And around my heart chakra experiencing different things, I am seeing things unfold. I'm getting kind of, different downloads and stuff. And so I was trying to like, I don't know why, but I felt led to like go through the tape and like think about why that was happening. What's the pattern? What is the pattern around this together, not together, disappearing, not disappearing, emotional outbursts, not emotional outbursts. I was trying to really like, for some reason, like my body, it's kind of hard to describe it. It was like I was just in this moment of like intense heat radiating from my heart, and like my body was feeling so just out of this world that I just kind of had to like stop for a second and say, okay, logically, because I'm a Libra moon. So I was like, logically, let me think about the pattern here. Let me think about what's really going on. Right. And so I counted on my fingers the pattern. And at least for me, the number 8 came up. Okay. The number 8 came up. And 8 is like the infinity symbol. Okay. When you turn the number 8 on its side, it's the infinity symbol. So I was like, no way. I was like, no way, that's not even possible. And so, that's just one of the things. That's not even half of the things, but that is what led me, guys, to jump on here and kind of rant and rave and basically, guys, talk here about you know this whole phenomena. Okay, because there is something going on. Okay, there is a shift going on. And I feel I feel like, there is a bunch of people who either are active or not active who have made twin flame videos, talking about their experience. And I have never confirmed nor denied if I was a twin flame or not. But um the things that have happened to me and the way things are just kind of unraveling, it seems like I am, but I just have a very hard time accepting that, because this is something that I never knew about. There's some people out here, and not readers, I'm saying people in general. There's people out here, who know all about this. Okay, they have become awakened and they're looking for the twin flame. They want a twin flame. That's not what happened to me at all. I was living my life. Honest to God, I was living my life, and I personally never heard of the name twin flame. I don't even know what that is. Now, here's where my personal story gets crazy. Okay. Is if this is the case with myself, okay, once again, I'm not saying I am or not, because I don't like titles. I don't like stuff like that. Um, but here's the point of my story where it gets deep for me, is that this so-called person, okay, who, if they were my twin flame, this would be my twin flame. This is somebody who I saw very, very briefly in middle school. Okay, this is somebody who I actually saw with my physical eyes in middle school. And then years later in college, I saw the person again. And I had this huge awakening. Like it was perfectly timed. Like, so for me, when I hear other stories, it's pretty mind-blowing. It's pretty mind-blowing, um, that I would meet this person, you know, and honestly, automatically, this person felt extremely familiar. There's not a soul on this planet that is like that, was like that. Just none, just none. And it blows my mind. And I know there's other people out here who believe they are twin flames, I guess have had it confirmed in some way. And they say how they knew this person from so and so and they've resurfaced. Well, I'm one of those people where it's like, without you even knowing it, this person's been there all along. So, just on that basis, guys, can you actually see how crazy this is? And anybody, because I keep it very real on this channel, anybody who knows this, right? This is a crazy concept, okay? This is the concept that is mind blowing. I'll give you guys another example, okay? Before I get into the theories and how I feel about the certain stages and whatnot, because I have all my notes right here on my iPhone. Okay, so this is giving you guys a little bit of a flavor, a little bit of a personal scope into why I'm making this video. And so, what I was gonna say, one second, guys, I need some water. Whew, gee, yeah. So to give you guys another example, before I started, okay, so it was during the summertime, before I was even looking into what these weird feelings were, because there was a lot of weird feelings that I got. Like I kept getting a lot of weird feelings before I found out what this was. I never felt this way before. And it sounds super cliche. It sounds super soppy romantic, like, oh, you never felt this. No, no, no. Like I literally never felt this way before. And I had no idea like what the hell this was. Um, and I remember one day I was at work, the job that I had, the job that I was at, that I'm grateful for still to say, the job that I was at before I made this channel and worked for myself, started working for myself. I remember telling one of my coworkers if I could dream up a male version of me, he would be the exact. I'm serious. I remember telling my coworkers about him, and I would say if I could actually computer generate or pick a guy that I would want to be a male version of me, he would be it. And I would say things like this. I would say things like this without even knowing what I'm saying. And my coworkers would be like, oh, wow. So have you guys hanged out? Has he asked you out? Like it would always go back to something along the lines of a 3D, regular connection. But whenever I would talk about him, I would always kind of pause and say to myself, something's different about this person. It's just somebody that I can't put my finger on. I don't know what this is. And I knew that it wasn't soulmate because I've had soulmates before and it's a different energy signature. It's very kind of like platonic. It's not something that it goes deep. It's not that. It can, but it's not like that, ongoing. So I remember saying to my coworkers, um, I swear he's a male version of me. I swear you guys have to meet him. And that's what I would be saying. And then, so one day, can I remember the story of this? What was the exact, I want to get the story right on camera. I want to get the story right on camera. What was it? I'm talking to myself, guys, in like third person. When was the day that I looked this concept up? Okay, so this is when I was laying in bed. I remember this like vividly. I was in bed laying down, and it felt like, don't get freaked out. It felt like my body. Oh, how can I explain this, guys? This is gonna sound so crazy, but it felt like my body, my soul, not my body, my soul was like pushed up because I was laying down like this, guys. It felt like my body was being pushed up. And I remember seeing these like kind of is it opal? Do you guys say like opal? Like these colors, like the rainbow, but it's not a rainbow. It was like more of like a galactic, icy, kind of like concoction, kind of wavy energy. And with like in my spiritual eye, with my spiritual eyes, I could see it like being pushed out of my body. Now, I have an idea of what it was, but I don't want to say because I want to scare myself on camera. But basically, it felt like my heart was being like pumped into. It felt like my body was like like contracting. And I remember saying to myself, what the fuck is this? What is going on? And it was like this, I want to say magnetic, euphoric, just like burst of like love. That's the best way I can put it. It felt like a euphoric burst of love was just radiating off my body. And I was just laying down and all this was happening. And I remember the next day I got up, of course, the person texted me, my so-called twin, um, reached out to me, and I was like, you know, and actually, guys, at that moment, I did not even know that it had anything to do with him. I did not know what was going on. And to some degree, guys, I still don't know what that was. I still don't know like why that would happen to me. But before that even happened, I was already leaving the Christian church. Okay, I was already leaving constructed religion. I went on my own path. That was my choice. So it really, for me, if this is the case, it really all makes sense. I was leaving behind anything that did not associate with me. Okay, which was me having to be a Christian. Even though I was raised Christian, no tea, no shade to Christians out here who are watching. If you are a Christian, good for you. I'm not pushing anything here or trying to deny anything here. Okay, I'm not a pastor, so I'm not here to say yes to this and no to that. I'm just saying on my journey and today that that's what happened to me. I left the Christian church. I said, I don't believe necessarily in everything here. And basically the reason why I did that was around the concept of how can I know this so-called Jesus Christ if I don't even know myself? And I remember having that kind of same philosophy or motto from when I was like 14 years old, which was, how can I know this thing or this God, but not know myself? Know thyself, to thyself be true. And that was my motto. And that's where, I kind of branched off. And so as soon as I left the Christian church, I mean, even to this day, still, I am over the moon. It was the perfect timing. It was meant to happen. And not soon after, I so-called, I guess, met this person. I don't know if a twin flame or not. I don't know what to call it, but I met this person. And my whole world just opened up. And I'm sure there's other people in this chat and that are going to watch this video who can relate to that. Maybe for you it's an addiction. Maybe it's for you it's your lifestyle. But for me, it was actually organized religion, and it was like a complete 360. And as soon as I pushed back and left what did not resonate with my soul, I was free. I was free. I was happy. And I'm excited, and I was excited, and I'm still excited to this day because now I'm free to ask. Now I'm free to be curious and to discover things and think for myself. And that was extremely empowering, and it's still very empowering to this day. And I feel that a lot of people can relate to this. So, just to give you guys a taste of how we're here now with at least my channel and myself, that's what happened to me. And then, of course, the so-called dynamic of runner and chaser came into being. And it's pretty spot on. I mean, if this is really what it is with me, it's pretty spot on. I mean, wounds, things you need to heal from, lessons, ideas, creativity. In fact, another thing I want to add is my so-called other half, he launched his business and his own thing. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but he launched his own thing when I launched my own thing. I think 1 month apart or 1 week apart. I don't remember. I think mine was July. So January, March, April, May, June, July, May, June, July. So I think his was either January, March, April, May, June, June, July. I think he did his in May or June. Okay. It's not a YouTube. Well, actually, he has that too. He has a lot of different things. And so before I even knew about all this stuff, when I would see that, I was like, well, that's interesting. How come he's so creative and he has his own thing and I have my own thing? And, that was when I took off, guys. That's when I basically took off this channel. Um, the first couple of videos I did, which most are deleted now because it's been a while. Um, I had like 5,000 views, 11,000 views per video. And that was when I was just starting out. And that's when I was like, whoa, something's going on here. And so now, guys, that I'm at 30,000 plus subscribers and my mind is just being mind blown by all this, um, you know, I have to tell you guys on camera that I am lost for words. I know I said a lot of things in 25 minutes. I'm watching my clock here, but no, really, in my heart of hearts, I'm lost for words. And, you know, on social media, I'm seeing other men and women say how they have synchronicities and, they have all the typical things that a lot of us have or have experienced. And, I just want to say this real quick to kind of interject to that and try to indent into that thought for a second. Okay. I am going to say this. There was one, can I call it astral projection? What can I call this? Okay. There was just one experience, guys. I feel maybe somebody here can relate to me where, it felt like I was in some kind of like galactic courtroom or some kind of galactic setting. Now, I don't take psychedelics, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I am a saint, okay? Really, I don't do anything. Um, I don't it's really hard to describe. Um, I wasn't necessarily meditating. I wasn't meditating necessarily, but I was definitely in a different state of mind. I was zoned out. I was like really, really listening to my body and just watching my body react to all this. And the experience that I had personally, and I've never heard anybody else say this, the experience that I personally had was something that has still stuck with me. It was basically me and I guess this karmic twin, whatever you want to call it, this other part of me, we were in some kind of like galactic courtroom. It was like a galactic courtroom basically. And I saw this like woman figure who her I mean it was just, guys, it was just wild. Um and I know about the Akashi records and all sorts of stuff like that. I don't want to freak anybody out, but there's been a lot of things that I've gotten in dreams that I've lucid dreams, astral projection. I've had all of those experiences. So, before me finding this person, I never had that. Not really. Not like that. So there's been actual times where I've seen like our contract, I've seen certain things. Um and so that's why I'm saying, guys, I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I mean, even though I've said a whole lot, and the funny thing is all that information I just gave you guys, all that personal experience I'm sharing with you guys is just the icing. Just the icing, really. Um so what the hell is a twin flame? Well, let's look into what people, I guess, say it is. Okay, let's actually pull up some notes here. I just found this on the internet, and I was looking for a chart to basically break down soulmate and twin flame. Okay, so let's start from the top. All right, let's start from the top. So when it comes to, it says, okay, so this article that I found was basically titled Soulmates versus Twin Flames, what are the differences? Okay, and guys, by the way, towards the end of this live stream, I'm going to read some comments. So if you had similar experiences or you want to share anything with the community, don't hold back. As long as it's, appropriate and respectful, you knock yourself out, okay? So the first point that they made in this article was that we have different soulmates, okay? A lot of us can have different soulmates. Now, when it comes to the twin flame, They say we only have one twin slash twin soul, our true energetic counterpart. Okay. So it's two different things here. The next point that I found with this article said, soulmate relationships and friendships are often challenging but close. We sign up to meet in life to help each other evolve. There is always something to be learned from a soulmate connection. So I can definitely attest to that. Okay. I was in a soulmate connection for 4 years with somebody who was a Cancer. And that was this description is perfect. That was exactly how it was. It was challenging, yes. Um, but I learned so much, and when we parted ways, it was so respectful. It was, like, so respectful, and it was so on point. There was even some times where I would text that person, and they would text me at the same time. So, we had that kind of connection, that kind of bond. Now, on the other side, it's saying for a twin flame, now listen to this, for the twin flame, it says, you and your twin flame are two aspects of the same original energy consciousness. Okay, twins are therefore often called one soul in two bodies. So, when I refer to twin flames on my channel, the phrase that I feel kind of encapsulates this for me is the mirroring aspect. Okay, so for example, right? If you're physically in this other person's presence, you'll pick up on things, okay? A lot of the times twins do have similar characteristics, have similar dress codes, even though one's a male, one's a female, or maybe one's a female, one's another female, because this could really be any dynamic here that I'm speaking to and speaking for. Um, they tend to have something very, very similar. Okay, so this is describing the twin flame as an original energy. Okay, an original same energy consciousness. So that's a higher dimension, guys. That's a different thing than a soulmate. Okay, a soulmate, from what they're saying to me, it sounds more like a temporary thing. Okay, it's very temporary and could be heavily lesson, okay, about lessons, or maybe heavily physical. But on the twin flame side, it's more about the intellect. It's more about, that intensity. So it's different. It is different. Okay. Another point this article made was soulmates can either be, so this is tying in beautifully, soulmates can either be romantic partners, family members, or friends. They can come into our lives for a brief period or be lifelong companions. There are variety of different soulmate roles. So that sounds spot on too. So with the soulmate, it could be a friend. It could be, it could even be a person that you had a crush on, and you guys talk and you guys are like best friends. Okay, like, it could be really anything, regardless of gender. This really could be anything. Now on the soulmate side, it says twin flame souls. Okay, so this is deep. Now listen to this, guys. This article describes the other side of this connection as this: twin flame souls come to earth with the goal of coming together as a unified energy they once were, joining together in the so-called phrase the twin flame union from a place of unconditional love. Okay, this is actually, I don't want to, I'm not sure if I should say the website or not. Okay, so that's totally different, right? So I just basically broke down soulmate versus twin flame on camera live. So that does make a lot of sense. So, you know, it's crazy. And this is crazy for me, guys, because, you know, I'm totally convinced, and this may sound kind of like crazy, but like I'm totally convinced that one of the reasons why I even have this channel is because of that person that I met. Okay. And it feels to me like, at least, my personal experience, if I was not on that wave, and if I was not on that level of consciousness to see beyond, just the look and the environment, like if I actually think about my journey and look into the things we've said and my experiences, it really all makes sense. It really all makes sense. So, I'm really at a crossroads personally, guys, um, because it does, and what's crazy for me as well, it does feel and it seems that a lot of other readers that I've watched personally, they are twins, and that kind of creeps me out. Like, I'm not throwing any names out here. I mean, I have respect for everybody on YouTube. I mean, everybody. Um, and it's not to shade anybody or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, for my own personal self, I've actually watched other readers because I watch readings as well, guys. If you didn't know that, I don't just do readings for my own channel. I watch other readers for me. I love watching readings. I just love it. I just love it. And it's like a little treasure, every reading you find is like a treasure. Every pick of cards is like a treasure. And a lot of other readers that are like me are twins. And I'm like, oh, this is weird. So they're a twin and I could be a twin. And so what's going on here? So how come, like, it's almost like I'm seeing a checkerboard and certain people are like checker pieces, like certain people are like, one person's a horse and like one person's a king and the other person's a queen, and like all of these people that are in this community or are sharing their experiences, it's like there's some kind of higher energy. It's like they are representing something and they're kind of like leading the way. So I'm not sure what that's about, but there must be something behind that. There must be something that either the universe, I guess, just kind of sneakily, orchestrated, or there must be something that has happened to maybe all of us that are readers that we're not saying, because how is that the case? How is it the case that the most popular readers, or people that are, I feel like, very successful and share their experiences, they always come out as a twin flame, or they think that they're a twin flame. I don't know. And there is this whole thing about the twin flame dynamic where they keep saying how, they have a higher they have a higher, what's the word, mission. Like, they just feel like they have, these big ideas, these big grandiose ideas to help people, and it normally is from a spiritual space, including myself. Once again, I'm saying on camera, I never in a million years would have thought that I would be this person on camera. I never I never fished for it. I never looked for it. So what does the universe have to say? What does the universe have to say about people who didn't choose this or don't think they choose it, right? Like, they don't think that they actually choose to be a twin flame. Because me personally, um, I don't know, I'm gonna read some comments here to kind of break the ice, because that was just going a little bit too, I mean, not too deep, because it can't be too deep. I mean, this is real life. Um, oh, guys, all right. So I'm going through the same thing. Okay, I see I'm not alone. Wow, thank you from Husky. Thank you for the comment. 3251. Simone, thank you for sharing. From Divine Regal, greetings. This is so intense. I found out one day when I was questioning my friend if there were a soulmate, but twin flame came up because the connection was intense. This was the website that I saw. Oh, yeah, please post the website. Yeah, I can look in for you. Intuitive Tarot. Hi, Simone. Hi, everybody. Happy to see you live. Yeah, hi, guys. Nice to see you guys live too on this channel. I appreciate it. This is just crazy. Me too, Simone. I do the same. I watch so I can get more input, and I feel like I was alone at first. Yeah. So this is something that I feel is very common. A lot of people feel like they are, alone, and they're kind of lost in the sauce, so to speak. I see another comment here. I've been having heart pain also, so it is to do with the stars and a change in my soul. That yeah, I could totally agree with that, and that's one of the reasons why I was so led to make this video. Um, and I also want to add this because after reading those comments and looking at myself in the camera, I have to say this: my skin is glowing. Does anybody see that? Like my skin is literally glowing, okay? This was one of the things that I realized when I met this person was um I remember one time when I was taking a bath, like I love baths. I love bath bombs and all types of stuff like that. And I remember there was one time where I was literally like, was it like the day after? I don't know, honey. I'm trying to remember. I was in the bath and like my skin was just like shining, and it's weird, like I would realize that sometimes when I talk about this kind of topic, or that I'm around the person or I talk to that person, like my skin is just like beaming. So that's another thing that I think some people can relate to out here, and it's just really really um like I said, it's crazy because some people don't believe in it. I personally still have a hard time with this because it's just a hard thing to for me it's a hard thing to accept that something so ginormous, like in terms of love, like something so big would be something that not only would happen to me, but would be something that you can feel on this plane. Um, if that makes any sense. I would feel like you would be I would feel like that would be something that you would either get when your soul departs, or some kind of like intro into the world, like some kind of like love push, like when your mom gives birth to you and she's pushing out her own baby, like that kind of thing where it's just so intense and it's just so big that it's a hard thing to wrap your head around. And for anybody who it's happened to, you know what I'm talking about, okay? um so let's look into karmic versus the twin flame. I'm just going to put that into Google here, and I just want to see if I can find an article on that, because you see, this is going to be a video where I'm kind of going to touch a lot of different things here. I'm gonna touch a lot of different things here because I feel that it's important. I think it's important. And I also want to big up and support any other channel or any other person out here, active or not, who um, when I say active or not, I mean somebody who posts, weekly versus somebody who posts every now and then or just posted one video. I want to say a big, big, namaste and congrats to anybody who's been able to I want to say take a leap of faith here and explain, what they've gone through, or explain this to help people, whether they're a twin flame or not. Like they've gone here to explain it and, connect with people. Okay. So now I'm looking into karmics versus soulmate, versus twin flame, or just kind of a little bit of explanation here, and I want to see if I agree with what they're saying. Okay, so a karmic relationship, right, is meant to help you grow, but it is never to last. Okay, it's often played out in a bad experience from a past life. It's thought that the relationship will continue until one of you pays debt off. Okay, it doesn't mean you should go for it or not. As for signs you may be in this type of relationship, it can often make you feel like you need to go to therapy together, or you could be emotionally and physically drained. Okay, so that I think is uh, a little bit sharper into that's a little bit closer than soulmate to twin flame, right? Because karmic, in the twin flame connection, once again, if you are sharing that kind of um energy between two people, obviously that could be one of the symptoms. Okay, if you are in some kind of nasty cycle or some kind of nasty, rough patch, feeling emotionally physically drained. Now that's also very common with twin flames. They can feel like they are, being taken advantage of or being messed with. There's all sorts of experiences people have had here. Let's read some more, shall we? So, karmic and twin flame relationships are sometimes confused because both exhibit an intense attraction and emotional charge, okay, like magnets. But where a twin flame relationship is that it can be healing. So the twin flame, so in this article, they're trying to zone in on the fact that when you're in a twin flame relationship or connection, it's more healing and giving. But a karmic is often selfish. So that I think is very interesting. So they're relating the twin flame to, learning from things, healing yourself, feeling yourself kind of emotionally and spiritually evolve, versus with the karmic, it's like short and sweet and there's nothing really after that. There's no union, there's no sort of get together. There's no sort of like I level up, you level up. It's more so, we're paying off a debt. This could have been past life, and I'm out the door. So that is two different things. That is different. That is definitely different, guys. That is different. That is different. Okay. So I'm gonna drink some water here and I'm gonna kind of switch energy because I feel like I've said a lot. So I basically broke down the soulmate versus twin flame according to these websites that I found that seem very credible versus karmic versus twin flame. Okay. So I did soulmate versus twin, karmic versus twin. All right. So it makes sense. It's making more sense to me as well. It's putting things into perspective for myself as well. It is. It is. Now, let's look into popular twin flame symptoms, shall we? So, for those that are just tuning in or watching, or you skipped around this video, right? Let's look into what the symptoms are of a twin flame. Okay, let's look into what symptoms are. This is such a fun video. I love making these kind of videos for you guys. This is really cool stuff here. So let's see what they're saying about the symptoms of being in a twin flame, or if you are a twin flame. So twin flame symptoms. Let's get a list here, shall we? Okay, let's see this. 29 twin soul connection symptoms that are not common. Okay, so I'm gonna look into this article, guys, and tell you guys what I think this is about. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is something that I have experienced times 20. And this is one of the symptoms, guys, that for me personally, I'm sold on. Okay. The telepathy. Okay. A strong telepathic connection. That's something that you can't buy in a store. Okay. That's something you cannot buy in a store. You can't buy it off the discount section. Okay. So, one of the common symptoms, if you're in a twin flame or you are a twin flame, is the telepathy and the telepathic connection. So basically, it sounds kind of kooky for those that don't understand this or haven't experienced it yet, but it's like you're basically talking in your head, okay? You feel like you are talking to somebody who's not there. And I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole of what that is, but that is basically what it is. You think that you are having a dialogue, an inner dialogue, and sometimes they believe that they can actually hear the person's voice. Okay, it's very common where somebody either can get a visual in their mind's eye of the person's face or the person's body, or there's a lot of different scenarios, and they are having this crown chakra to crown chakra, mind to mind, throat chakra to throat chakra. They're having some kind of level up where they feel like they are dialing into this person's thoughts, this person's feelings, this person's words, and they're having an inner dialogue. So, of course, some people that do not believe in this are going to say that sounds like a comic book, that's laughable, that's not possible. you know Everybody has the right to feel how they want to feel, but I'm making this video because I am explaining not only from my personal experience but what they're explaining it as, and that is correct. Okay. Okay, wow, this is a lot, guys. Okay, another symptom of the twin flame connection is they're saying that the time of separation is often spent unwell. Okay. So, right. So when you are in separation, as they call, and by the way, there could be multiple separations. It's not just like there's one big grandiose separation, because that's more karmic. I feel like, one big long drawn out thing, and then, oh, hi, how are you? With twin flame, it's when you're not in that person's presence, or you're in separation, you're learning things. You're supposed to be leveling up. That's basically what it is. Okay. So those that are really not twin flames are not going to understand this. It's not like a regular breakup where you're expecting this person to be out partying every night. Not saying your twin flame can't be partying every night, but when you're not together, right, you are basically working on yourself. And whether you want to or not, you always find yourself in a space of working on yourself, okay? Constantly wanting to level up, wanting to kind of match that person's energy, match that person's success. So that's what it is. So that's on point as well. So these articles I'm pulling up, guys, are totally, totally on point. Now, this is what, okay, guys, this is one of the biggest ones. Okay. This disclaimer, big exclamation mark. This is how you know you're in a twin flame relationship. If you believe in it, if you are one, this is for you. Listen up, please. When you are looking into this person's eyes, it's like you're looking at yourself. Okay, this is one of the creepiest concepts, and this is one of the things that I also experienced that blew my socks off. Okay, is when you are looking into the person's eyes, you're seeing their soul. You're seeing yourself in this person. It's very scary for people that are not awake and that are not ready, or are rushing things like a lot of twin flames do. Okay, when you make eye contact, your world is different. That's how you know you're a twin flame, okay? Enough said with that. Whew. Wow. Okay. I'm going to add this in. This is not on the list here, but I'm going to add this. You know you are a twin flame, or you're in a twin flame connection when a lot of your goals, a lot of your overarching life ideas are the same. For example, somebody wants to save animals, okay? You want to save animals. It's it doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but a lot of the conversations always end up being, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. Or you have that trait, I have that trait. You have that talent, I have that talent. Or, that's literally how it is. Okay. Now in this article, Dave explained it like this. Both work like how they said it, side by side to reach their shared and personal life goals. So I'm gonna put a little pause there and add this. If what happened to me is what this is, and this sounds exactly what happened to me and what's happening to me, is basically you're gonna find that you and this person um could possibly have different eating habits, okay, or could possibly um have a different outlook on food. Okay, you may not get hungry, you may have weird symptoms. That is totally true. For example, you look in it like with my person. Okay, I don't even know what the hell it is, but with what happened to me, when I looked in his fridge, it was like spot on to me. It was spot on to what I was doing, where it was the same exact things. And it sounds fucking funny, but it's really true. Like, he had all juices, like all types of juices I would drink, very, very vegan. Okay. And I was on that wave. I'm still on that wave where I have a lot of natural pressed juices. And it's just like, for some reason, you're on that wave, okay? You're working out, they work out. Hi, you're working out, they're working out, okay? Like, for example, when we were talking before our separation, I would say all the time, "Oh, I went to the gym today. Oh, I went to gym today. Oh, I went to gym yesterday. I went to gym yesterday." So it's that kind of thing that you're going to find. Let's continue. The final destination, okay, the final destination is often the same thing. That's true as well. Okay, so So that's just a couple, all right? That's a couple. That's a couple. Okay. So those are some symptoms that this is claiming you have or you are if you're a twin flame. To me, to me, the most solid out of all these, and there's a lot of ones that are solid, but the one of the most crazy symptoms, the craziest symptoms that I personally seen on here is the whole looking in the eyes. Okay, there was a point, and it's still continuing for me, where you can't look the person in the eyes. And if you look in the eyes, you feel like you're naked. Okay, like you feel like you're stripped naked. The person can see everything, and it's very hard to describe, but that's exactly this. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments here, guys. So if your experience or what you think about the twin flame or karmic soulmates, guys, please feel free to express yourself in the chat at this time. Guys, this is crazy because, alrighty. So I astro project to him. Thank you for the comments, guys. So because I want to, I want all of us, while I'm doing this live, I want to get as much, community info and dialogue as I can, because I think it's important. And I love that this video is going to be here forever on my channel. So it doesn't matter what, goes on, or when I upload or don't upload, this video is going to be here for every twin flame and everybody to watch and understand and, make their own assumption, okay, about what I'm saying, about what we all are hearing about twin flames and vis-a-vis. So this is saying, oh my God, I astral projected to him, also physically connected to him. Hi guys, love you all. Love you guys too. Thank you for watching my readings. Dali, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, guys, this is taking a lot of me. Okay, lately, not a lot of me, but this is as I'm talking about this, I just feel my body's like going crazy. Lately I've been experiencing weird dreams, but it wasn't but it wasn't experience TBH. To be honest, like I stepped away from my twin flame dynamic because it took a lot, because it's a lot to take in. It is a lot to take in. I even say nowadays my dreams are from my subconscious. Yeah, I could totally relate to that. I think our twin isn't always our age, so we don't always have the opportunity to come into a romantic union with them. We probably decide to come together in select lives to see if we reconnect or connect romantically. Yeah, I've heard of this too, where some people's twins are like they're 30 and they were like 21, or they were like 45 and they were like 31. So I've heard things like that too, where it can be kind of like a jump system, where it's like, okay, you jump from this, you know you jump from this time frame to this age. Like it varies. It really really does vary from, I feel like, twin flame connection to twin flame connection. It's weird because other readers would say the dynamic can be karmic triggers such as DF and DM. Okay, so thank you for that comment. All right, so somebody just put from before, Divine Regal. Oh, I love this comment. I'm gonna elaborate on this right now. If you guys would love me to, I'm going to. Okay, it says it's weird because other readers would say the dynamic can be karmic triggers such as DF and DM. Okay, that is obviously true. Okay, not only from personal experience, but from just what I've seen and the way things are unraveling. It seems to be a karmic trigger. It seems to be, the twin flame relationship period is a trigger. Okay, it is a trigger. It does trigger you. Period. Um, yeah, it's a trigger. Whatever it is in general, it triggers people to no end. And that's why for me personally it's so hard to accept, because it's just something that's out of this world. It feels like it feels like you could be in a dream state. And some even, and not to freak you guys out, but some even argue how, the reality, the world we're living in, okay, is a dream state. We are in a dream state. So that would explain why, these connections and these experiences are so far-fetched, because it's not the normal thing. It's like our body is opening up Pandora's box. We're opening little treasure troves, and we are basically going deep and we're going high. And it's not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for people that cannot or do not want to know the truth. It will take you there, and you will experience things and think about things and realize things that you've never realized before. And that's just the bottom line. Okay. Okay, I really think that if you meet your twin flame in this lifetime, that you should get into union with them if it's meant to be. But we got to work on ourselves to achieve this beautiful union. Well, that comment I think should be one for the books. I really do. From Dali again, thank you for the comment. You know, I'm actually going to look it up real quick. I've heard this idea of if you meet your twin flame in this lifetime, that this is the ultimate union. Like if you meet the person, in this lifetime, it's kind of like, that's like the ultimate. So I just kind of want to look into that real quick. I'm still going to read some more comments here. Somebody put in the chat earlier, I gave up on my twin flame connection. Well, I think haven't we all? I mean, if anybody really twin flame here, or is considering that they're a twin flame, or just realizing they're a twin flame, that's normal. I think because I feel like that. I feel like, I mean, like I said, I can't do titles, but me personally, I've said that, many, 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 many times. Just because it is a lot. It is a lot. And it's kind of just like, well, if they're here, they'd be here. Um, you know. So back to that comment earlier about the union thing. So yeah, so this article says your final lifetime on Earth. Okay, so twin flame reincarnation. So a lot of people are saying that. So okay, so I'm gonna reword that. So what this is basically saying here is it true that when twin flames incarnate together, it's their last lifetime on Earth? Okay, so what do you guys think about that? This comment says here, is it true that when twin flames incarnate together, it's their last lifetime on Earth? Do you guys believe that? That if you meet your twin flame in this lifetime, that it's your last time together? You think that and what does that even mean? I mean, if you don't come into union, if you guys don't reveal this to each other, um what would that even entail? That that's it, that's it, there's no other opportunity, or what does this article say? I'm gonna try to find some more information on this. Right. Okay. So it says, first of all, I need to begin this article with a friendly warning slash reminder to your highest good as guided by spirit. So many twin flames, it's saying this in the article. So many twin flames are pulled into a state of mental stress. Well, that's true. Like I was saying, it's not for the faint of heart. If this is really, really it's not for the faint of heart. If somebody really feels like they are being called to go down a certain path here and experience certain things, of course it's going to come with some stress. I mean, of course you're going to be, encountering blocks and problems, because it's not something that you're used to. Your soul obviously knows what's going on. I mean, on a deeper level, I'm sure your soul understands, why you're here, why you're doing what you're doing. But I feel on the 3D plane, you don't. You're kind of lost in the sauce, as I call it. I call it lost in the sauce. You don't know which way to turn. You're just kind of in a gumbo of emotion and stress. It is stressful. It's very stressful. And whenever I do twin flame readings, especially for YouTube, there is normally an element of a high level of stress. A lot of people are stressed out because they're like, me personally, I made a video on that where I was like in a parking lot, and I was very, very open with you guys. And I was telling you all how, I was frustrated because I've done so much work on myself. I feel like I've done so much on myself. And, once you get to a certain part of the journey, you realize that you have so much more to do. And I think for me, at least, that's where a lot of the frustration comes from, is that you feel you've done so much as it is, and you still have so much more to do. um and this article's also bringing a light to that, that this is what they're saying, a lot of twins are saying they're experiencing. they're experiencing stress, they're experiencing some problems with, accepting what they're a part of. So why is that? Okay, so why are people in twin flames? Why are people twin flames? Well, let's uncover that question, because that question I think is what I've come to. So why are humans twin flames? Let me look at my notes here. Okay, I'm going to read some more comments before I answer that question. Whew. This is a lot, guys. This is a lot. Oh, God. My God. Okay. What if your twin flame is the meanest person to you? Okay, what if your twin flame is the meanest person to you? Well, are you mean to yourself? Right? We always have to turn inward. Are we mean to ourselves? Are we nice to ourselves? Do we talk to ourselves with love? Do we talk to the people around us in love? You know, I feel that the message for that person you put that is, that's immediately what I feel when you type that is, do you have that level for yourself? Because once again, it's a reflection, it's a mirror, it's something that's always kind of, turning back towards you. So it's like, you try to put a mirror over here or a block over here, and it's like a boomerang, it goes kind of right back to you. So you don't really have a choice. I mean, me personally, the way it feels, like you don't really have a choice. For some reason you're a part of this, or you feel you're a part of this, or to some degree you are this kind of connection or have symptoms of it, and it's here. Oh, wow. So, I hope I'm saying this right. Indica child. Hope I'm saying your username right. But then I would run into him in the most random places, like the freeway. His eyes say one thing, but his words say something completely different. Well, that's very normal. That's very normal. Where if his eyes are saying one thing, but his words are saying something different, well, he's scared. You guys are both scared. You're scared because you don't know what's going on. I mean, I am scared. I am scared. Yeah, so in response to that, Dali said they may want to cut off the relationship, but will never, ever, ever, want to be mean to you intentionally. Maybe it is a narcissist. Okay. Hannah put, I hate when our eyes meet. So yeah, the eyes tend to be something that a lot of twins speak about, that is very, very, what's the word I want to say? It's like a wonderland, the eyes, it's just something about it. I don't know, I've heard this too. I've heard this too. I've heard this too. I'm just reading the comments, guys. The eyes stuff is on point. Yeah, it surely is. My dreams are super vivid, and I always dream about him. Lastly, the synchronicities increase for me. So I also want to say that's also one of the symptoms is heavy synchronicities. I mean, literally since separation for me, if this is really what it is that I'm a part of, I guess, I don't know why, synchronicities has been ridiculous. I mean, the synchronicities are ridiculous. I mean, not to brag or sound crazy, but I literally could buy something, different things, different days, and they're all the same number, 888, 444. My alarm clock will be 444 in the morning. It's just laughable. It's just like, what is going on? So thank you for that comment as well. So will your twin flame say horrible things to push you away? Well, I'll also chime in on that comment as well. Um, well, when things were breaking down in my connection and things were getting super real, um, I said a lot of bad things. I said a lot of bad things out of frustration. And also because, I think a lot of twins will say certain things to push the person out of their life because they don't want to deal with the person. They don't want to see the person. They don't want to face reality. Okay. They don't want to have to face reality. So they say things, okay, that may sound very, very harsh because they don't want to deal with what is at hand or what's at stake. So Um, as crazy as it sounds, it feels to me like twins just can't take things to heart. I mean, it naturally will happen, but you know, twins have to understand that they're gonna say certain things because they don't want to face the connection head on. And that's really what I think it comes down to. Now, for the divine masculines or for males that try that tactic or try that, I think it's a little bit different for them. I'm speaking for myself. I said things because I just didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to kind of have like one last hurrah. And of course, it didn't get me anywhere. But for the men, I guess if they've done that to their other half and they've said certain things, it could be for different reasons. It could be because maybe they have a karmic or a soulmate on the side. It could be that maybe they, are trying to work a couple jobs and, you're on their case, you're on their back, and they just don't want to deal with you. So, see, it could be 1,000 different, you know, scenarios and reasons as to why they are saying mean things to you. But from my chair that I'm sitting in, from when I've done that, I've done it for many reasons, and some reasons don't make sense, and that's just what happens. It just comes out. You just say things that you can't take back, and it's very important to watch what we say, because words are not everything, but they are something, and they can hurt, and they can make you feel sad. Words can make somebody feel depressed. What does a high school bully do to somebody who they don't like or they have a problem with? They try to tear down their ego, their self-esteem. And that's what a twin flame is doing as well. They're trying to tear down your self-esteem. They're seeing something in you, they're seeing something about you they don't like, they don't want to deal with. And because why? Because it's them. It's them they don't want to deal with. That's why. And they're using you as a punching bag. So I also want to add to that comment, will your twin flame say things horrible to push you away? Absolutely. And not just mean, but horrible things. They will say horrible things. Um so not just mean, they can say things that are horrible that you would never expect somebody to say, because it's deeper than that. It's a different dynamic. It's not just they know that you're not just a regular person down the block. You're somebody who's incredibly special to them. So whatever they say to you, they know you're going to magnify it. They know that you're going to magnify it and make it some big, thing. That's the intent, is to make it some big thing so that hopefully you'll get out of their life. That's when they say that. Okay. Wow. Well, if you're still running into your twin flame randomly, then you know, you may want to look into why that keeps happening. Intuitive tarot. Thank you so much, Simone, for covering this topic. You are so welcome. No, Mom, I'm busy. I get high off of thinking about him. I told her I was working. I told her it's gonna be a bit long video, and I was gonna cover this topic here. Whew. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. This is a lot. Oh God. All right, I'm just gonna basically go through all these comments, and then I have one more question to close the video with. So the question I'm gonna close with after I read these comments is, why are humans twin flame? Why do we come in a human vessel? Okay, that's what I'm gonna end on. I'm just gonna read the comments here because the comments, I feel I need to answer some things for some people. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. Okay. Ooh, this is a lot, guys. This is a lot. Love you guys too. Right. So yeah, so reading this comment, there's something also here about, your twin flame marrying somebody else, or, you being afraid of your twin marrying somebody else. I would hate to really, witness somebody go through that, or even myself, if that's what it is. That's not even funny. That's really, really something else. But I have seen people talk about how, like, their twin marries somebody else, and like the whole marriage is like basically a sham because, they're so connected to their twin. It can get very messy, guys. It can get very messy. This is not for the faint of heart. Disclaimer, this is not for the faint of heart, okay? Starshine, your comment here was, can you really feel fireworks as you make love? And can you feel fate in passion after a kiss? Yes. Yes. There's actually lots of videos about twin flame intimacy, not just like foreplay or whatever, like, actually having intercourse. There's a lot of different topics on it. Um, can you feel faint in passion after a kiss from your twin flame? Well, what I will say with this comment, which is a great comment, thank you for adding that, is well, like I said, if my situation is really a twin flame and it's this is what I'm a part of that I didn't want, but this is my life. From my experience, it's something that is like no other. There's really no words to describe it, to be honest with you. It's beyond firework, it's beyond passion. Um, it's just like it's you in a different body, and it's kind of hard to describe, but I would say yes to that comment. Is it normal to see people look like exactly your twin flame on the street, on TV, on YouTube? It is ridiculously crazy. I can agree with this. I've had this happen to me. Yeah. These are very in that case, if you're like, living your life and you see somebody who looks like your twin flame and it's not really them, that could be a sign. I think that is, I mean, I could be going off the deep end here and assuming, but to me, if that's happening more than once, or, you're so convinced that that's what's going on, it's like the universe is basically, sending you a signal. The universe is basically like, hey, look at me over here. Don't forget don't forget your twin. Don't forget, it's like, it's basically saying, hello, wake up. Like, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. I love this comment. Intuitive Tarot. Twins, in my experience, are very mental. The connection is more mental than physical. Spot on, 1,000%, 100,000%. That is very accurate. Okay. It is more mental than physical. 1,000% correct. Okay. I'm going to also add more mental and spiritual than physical. Okay, from my research and what I've heard and what I've done readings on, yeah, it's more mental, it's more the head space and the heart space than to actually see, taste, look at. Okay, that kind of, I want to say, I'm not sponsored, but that kind of let me get that cup out of the way. That kind of thing that happens. So for example, like, the person being, this is the person, this is, this is you, it pops in and out. It once again, it's a mirror, so it's going to glare, it's going to be in your face at certain times, but it's not always going to be there. So the phrases, the ideas, the concepts, the symptoms of a twin flame, I think, are pretty spot on from what I just kind of summarized here. It's pretty spot on. It makes sense. Jody, your comment about your twin flame is, we can't be together and can't be apart. Well, he always hooks up with other women and always comes back to me. It's so toxic. Well, Jody, thank you for being real in that comment and, sharing that with the community here and with my, the community, all of us here, because we're no judgment here, right? We don't judge each other. We don't judge our twin flames, right? I've talked about this in my 444 reading, and oh, honey, trust me, I know. It's something that, regardless if your man is a twin flame or not, it's just something that men do. I'm sorry, it's something that divine masculines and twin flame men and regular men, especially regular men who are not awake, who are not, on a pure path here, they just do what the hell they want to do. And that's why I made a video that was a channel message. That's why I put out a video, guys, not too long ago on my channel called Divine Feminines Have Fun. Okay, and that was a channel message about that. Now, for those that haven't seen it, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. But for those that have seen that video, it's like 7 minutes, 31 seconds. That was what I was talking about in that video, was how, people's twins, and not just men, there's some divine masculines who are watching for their female twins, and the female twins are also out here sleeping around. Okay, and vis-a-vis, okay, both twins are out sleeping around. This is very common. Okay, I know there's a lot of twin flame channels that I've actually watched for my own journey, um that I've heard very, very interesting takes on this, like very, very interesting takes on, why they do that, and why they think it's okay to do that. And it is toxic. And you know what? That's their karma, and that's going to be on their back. And so, I want to add this, right? I just want to put this thought into the atmosphere, okay? If somebody's twin is carrying on like that, and the female or the male twin doesn't like what's going on, is it fair, guys? And you guys can comment on this. Is it fair for that other twin, to take that? If another twin, is out sleeping around, and dating other people, why should the female or the male, counterpart have to accept that? They don't have to accept anything. But this is one of the dilemmas of being a twin flame, is, your twin does things and says things that are the worst, and I'm not saying accept it. I'm not on this channel to promote that. I'm just saying that, it is common. It is common. It's something that a lot of twins go through. And I think it's wrong. And I think that at that point, that's something to do with just the person or just the gender. Because, a lot of men, regardless of spirituality, do this. I mean, in general, they cheat in general, and they have no remorse. They have no remorse at all. Well, this comment I just got from this lovely person. Hi, where does free will come into place? Well, I would say let's question free will to begin with. Do we even have free will? That's where I would start. You know, do we even have free will? Because when you really think about it, there's so many factors and there's so many things, like a Sims game, that we can't control. Like, I can't control the fact that, I mean, even though it is me, I can't control the fact that I'm Simone and that I was born in England and now I'm in America. And I just so happen to have a channel, and I just so happen to be able to come on camera like this and make a video. Is this really all free will, or is this all planned? You know, it could be a mixture of both. It could be free will, but it also could be some things that are just kind of, divinely, I feel, planted or just set up, and it kind of, it's like the maker, the creator, the universe is kind of just overwatching everything, just looking over everything, saying, okay, that's good, okay, that's good. That could be really like how it is, like a Sims game, like a real life Sims game. So, when I think like that and I have those questions too, that's where I start from, is free will even real? Is free will even real? That's where I start. And I'll be honest with you, most of the times my answer is 80% no. A lot of free will doesn't feel like free will isn't free will. It is what it is. And we're just kind of all here, playing out the divine plan, you know? And a lot of other things are 100% free will and are 100% out of our control or in our control. But it's a roll of a dice. It's a roll of a dice. It is. I mean, it's, I could be anybody else. I could have been any other vessel at any other place. We all could have, but we're just perfectly where we need to be. We just somehow fall where we need to be. And our twins just so happen to magically appear when they need to magically appear. How do you explain that? Well, you can't explain it. You can't explain it. There's no way. There's no way that the human mind can know all the secrets. There's just no way, unless we rise to such a higher dimension and a higher level of thinking that, we are just cracking case after case after case after case. But, I think we as a humanity have a long way to go, you know, beyond the stars, really. We have a long way to go. Okay, I'm gonna read some more comments here, then I'm gonna have to finish up with this question. Let me go back. Okay, guys. Whew. Deep breath here. You guys are so welcome, by the way. Whew. Yes, we do have more than one soulmate, Christine. Absolutely. Do we have multiple twin flames? I personally think no. I don't think we have multiple twin flames, but hey, who knows? There could be somebody out here one day who goes on YouTube and says, I have two twin flames and I know it and I have proof. Like I've actually seen I actually have seen certain YouTubers say that. So I'm just gonna go ahead on that question and say it's maybe. Maybe, but I think that the twin flame thing, I think, is only one person. I don't think it's multiple. But if somebody thinks that they have multiple, I mean, if you have multiple soulmates, which I know I have multiple soulmates, you know, if you think you have multiple soulmates, on the other side, you think you have multiple twin flames, well, kind of could be so. It is confusing. It is confusing, to have these deep connections with so many different people, and then and then add the twin flame to the mix like a dash of fire. Of course you're gonna. I mean, of course we're gonna be confused. Even sometimes I'm just like, I have to really kind of have a bird's eye view, especially when I do readings for you guys on this concept and this connection. I have to really like be looking on the outside. I can't put I don't put my personal feelings in it. It's whatever the cards say. So somebody else put here in the chat, I know he ghosts me, but sees my replies. I know he will ghost me, but he sees my replies. And I think our twin is the person we were first sent here with, our first life. So you probably only have one. Well, that sounds up my alley. Yeah, exactly. Like you're here experiencing that connection with that one person, right? For a reason. Okay. So that whole idea of, if you come into union, this could be your kind of last hurrah. And then maybe you guys go somewhere else or there's something else that happens after. I mean, that's just opening another can of worms that we can't get into in this video. But it sounds about right. It's all about what your soul, what your heart, what your intuition's saying. It sounds about right. It sounds about right. You know. So I would say on that note, I would say just maybe one. But if somebody is like, if somebody is saying they have two, I would think maybe one is a karmic and one is a twin, and they may be kind of going back and forth. So there could be a little bit of like extra active energy going on there. But I think it's just one twin flame ultimately. I think, half, half, mirror, mirror. I think it's one, guys. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for the comments. Guys, let's dive into this last question, shall we? This has been a very, very informative and deep live stream with you guys. I thank you all so much for coming in. I'm going to close on this note with this question that I asked earlier, like 20 minutes ago, but whatever. Why are humans twin flames? So why are we in this human vessel? Why are some of us in a human vessel and then meeting our twin flame? Well, let's kind of break that down here. Okay, let's see why that is. So, okay, so Spirit wants me to pull some cards here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards here. Okay, thank you, love. I'm gonna pull some I'm gonna pull some cards here. Okay. All right. So basically, what I just got immediately was the reason why we are in these, or you, I'm going to talk to the viewer. The reason why you're in a human vessel with your twin experiencing all this stuff, we got Two of Pentacles reversed, okay? So what this card is basically symbolizing here is the fact that, stay with me, they don't want you to just have this bond, this connection beyond the naked eye, okay? Where you cannot feel it, you cannot manifest it, you cannot share it with other human beings, other spirit vessels. They want it to be, they want to bring the love down. Now, when I say they, I mean the creators or the creator of this universe, okay? They designed it in a way where when it's brought down into this dimension, brought down into this physical plane, you are able to express that. So I'm getting, it's a very similar concept here to when two people, right? Two vessels are creating a soul, creating a baby, okay? Not soul, a baby, I should say, okay? They're creating another human being that's now going to be on this planet Earth, right? It's the same concept, okay? The two people have an idea. They have a to bring this idea into the physical plane. So what do? They interact, they intertwine. So it's the same thing like a twin flame, okay? Um, and then it's birthed, and then it's here. And so once it's brought down here, you're able to interact with it. So it's like you know, you could say contract, you could say pack, but you basically have to experience it. So the creator made it in a way where you can't deny it, you can't not experience it. Okay. So it's basically all to experience what this unconditional love is. Okay. That's all that it is. All right. So namaste, guys. Namaste.